has decided not to die, but it's in a comatose state right now. It is obviously recording, but on the little screen, everything is flipping over, and we don't know. I mean, I don't know if anything's happening, but I'm pretty sure it is. So, if we don't move around too much, we'll just be okay. Now, I got another question for you about your spiffy outfit. You know what I really like about that? Seriously, you could regurgitate and people would not know it. They just think, my goodness, what did you have for lunch, honey? Holy cow, that must have been a lot of the, you had some radicchio and some red cabbage, didn't you? Now on mine, on the other hand, this is a gift from this lady over here. Check this out. First time I wore this, I was up at the library, and some wonderful, one of our UPass friends got, you know, a white UPass.
Yes.
You snuck a feeler, didn't you, huh? Mm-hmm. He says, he starts laughing his ass, and he goes, "You're not Mexican. You're not supposed to be wearing a shirt like that. You don't look Mexican." I said, "What? This is a Mexican shirt. You should not be wearing a shirt like this." Well, it reminded me of that old joke about the guy said, "This is little, I'm going to lay this one on her. You got to do it." So the guy says to this black guy who's obviously black, and the police pulled him over, and he said, "Sir, we seen some ID." He said, "Oh, sí, no comprende Mexican." And he said, "Well, sir, you look like you could be black." No comprende. He said, "Well, I'll tell you what, since you're Mexican, we're going to have to let you go." So he said, "Adios, motherfucker."
Oh, now you've just ruined it.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Swearing like that.
That's not a swear word, that's a whole word. Now, we just watched, what, an hour of comedy that used words just as nasty as that one.
Well, that doesn't mean that you have to do it.
Yeah, but see, I'm just trying to let people know that I have not dressed myself. When did we first meet? The first time I met you, you walked in the door and you said, "Read my play and wear this," right? You've been my personal dresser now for what, 27 years? It just seems like 27 years. It's probably only been more than 20. I got a closet full of clothes. You know, the best thing I liked about it is when you came up with this one. He said, "I found this at the thrift store, and the girl told me that Douglas Fairbanks Jr. wore this one in that movie 1943, and so I'm letting you have it for like 75 cents. I still have that in there. You know what? I love it every time I look at it, you know. And the best one I really like is the one you came and said, "Hey, bring it in. Never been worn before. It's got a price tag of what? That Kermit the Frog Adidas shirt." I looked at that price tag, and what's it say?
I don't know. What did it say?
$75.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I almost had a coronary. You couldn't scrape up $75. "Oh, I didn't pay that." What did you pay for? $5. See, there you go. See, most guys would probably say, don't let your boyfriend or girlfriend or your mother or father buy your clothes. But when you get somebody like this, who thinks that going to Walmart is a treat. That's my kind of person. Really, it is. You know, if she pays retail, that scares the crap out of me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Remember that time I bought you something retail? That zircon diamond, that zircon ring. That lasted about what, 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
That cost me well over $20. Now, for the rebuttal, here it comes.
Well, we've been watching a lot of stand-up comedy, which caused us to think that we can do stand-up comedy.
No,
Just as good as they can.
No, it caused-
we can get up here
it
and
caused
we can
you. It caused me to do a sit-down comedy. Okay, I mean, let's face it.
Yeah, it'll be sit down. I can't stand more
after
than
2 minutes, we're gonna
2
go.
minutes.
Well, I'm gonna sit down for a while because
So,
even Bill Cosby doesn't do stand-up comedy anymore. He just sit-down comedy. Listen, let me just finish this on Bill Cosby. When he was on television not too long ago. Look at this. See this, like what I got. You know, it gets belly fat, and it just gets there. And he's, I don't know what it's good for. It don't stop a bullet. What the hell is it here for? You're right. What is belly fat on men good
well,
for?
I'm almost 80 years old, and
No, you're not.
I will be 80 this year. I know I don't look it. Nobody's going to believe.
You don't look a day.
Nobody is going to believe that I
You do
am
not look a day.
nearly 80 years old. Not in my Georgie girl cap. Not in this outfit. There is no way in the world that anybody is ever going to believe that. But nevertheless, I can tell you what. I was just thinking about heaven. Now, they have heaven for Mormons, heaven
No,
for,
wait a
you
minute.
know, everybody's
Wait a minute.
got their heaven that they're going to go to.
Wait a second. Now, if you're going to talk about heaven, then you know what I have to talk about, right?
Hell.
Yeah.
Well,
That fits right in, don't it, folks? I got this fire and how they
and
call
surely
Romans,
they've
yeah.
got intelligentsia heaven, or intellectual heaven. And I was just thinking the other day, my God, I'm not going to be able to get in that heaven either, because I don't have any degree. I never bothered to get a degree. So how am I going to get in an intellectual heaven? Everybody's got to have a degree. What have I got a degree in? I just never...
Is that a rhetorical question, or am I supposed to actually answer that? Because if you want me to answer it, you're not.
He has a degree.
You're not going to like. Yeah, right.
He has one. And if I have to get a degree to get in intellectual heaven, I'm just not even going to bother.
I have not, and never have been a member of the Masons.
Every time I tried to...
I would love to be in the Masons, but they never invited me in. So, you know, they do degrees in Masons, but I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Well, every time I think about intellectual heaven and getting a degree so I can have a legitimate claim at getting in there, that's the way I've always felt about degrees. I mean, they're out there and I could get one, yes, conceivably. I mean, everybody tells you nowadays that just get your degree and you will be able to succeed.
In what?
In life. Well, it's too late for us to succeed in life. We're not going to succeed in
Why
life.
do you keep saying
But
us all the time?
we can at least
Look,
aspire.
I'm done with life, okay?
So
I'm still
now
eating
I'm
here.
worried about what kind of if I'm going to have a degree to get into heaven. If they have degrees of heaven, I mean that a degree. So that's lately what's been keeping me awake nights, is thinking about the kind of degree I might have to keep
You're
company
kidding.
with.
Listen, if you keep 98.6,
Oh, I didn't even tell you.
that's one of your best degrees going. when it goes over 98.6 or drops down below, you got a problem with the degree.
Oh, he
Trust
doesn't
me.
even know what I'm talking about. But let me tell you.
You get
Let
100
me
you
tell
get
you.
103 degrees.
I want to get out of this place. I want to get elevated. I want to be among smarter people, well-read people. Just the other day, I came out of the apartment, I went down to the elevator, and there was a guy on a stretcher bed. And someone was wheeling him around. I recognized him as my neighbor, and I said, my God, what is Harvey doing? Traveling around on a stretcher bed. And he was directing him, so-and-so, take me here, take me there. Did you know that Harvey was traveling around on a stretcher bed? And this is what you run into in our
Obviously,
in
I
our
know
world.
now, but ask me another
And he
question.
told the
Do I care?
he told the attendant. He said, "Just knock on the door. My effed up wife is probably going to answer. She better answer. You know."
What?
So that he could deliver
Is
Harvey in his bed.
Effed up wife?
Yes.
Is that
This better be
is
there.
that shorthand for
And then, you know, once he gets in his wheelchair, see, his wife refuses to put the garbage down the garbage chute in our on our floor. So poor Harvey has to go down there in his wheelchair and somehow try to get in that door and then try to open the garbage disposal. You know how that door is. I mean, you can hardly even hold it open. And if you're in a wheelchair,
I don't live on your floor. I have no idea.
well, that's
What
the
do you-
same on every floor.
No,
And so
every
Harvey
door is
spills
different.
all of the garbage.
Every
He
door
spills
is
it here.
different.
You go in there and there's eggshells. There's, you know, you just never know. And you know, there's a little pile of rice in the corner of my hallway.
You think you got a problem?
People
got
are
a
going
problem.
to think that I left that little pile of rice there. I'm almost ready to go take a dustpan out and clean it up so people won't think I left it.
Listen, I'll tell you the worst thing is a friend of mine, and we'll just call him Jack. He walks into his trash room, and what does he find in there? 2 guys sleeping on the floor. Now that's about as good as you can get for the trash room.
Well,
I
see?
said, Jack, did you shove them down? Nah.
See, we don't talk about the latest biography about Brodsky. You know, we don't talk about anything like that in here. And I want to get away from all this. We just talk about what's in our garbage
Wait a second.
room. Who's messed it up?
I don't know
Who's
about that.
who's traveling around on a bed?
Well, I think that's cool. It really is.
You want us to stay in a place like this throughout all eternity?
I did not know we were talking about.
I understand. I
eternity.
understand that possibly we have got a heavenly hotel, Westward Ho, on the other side, so that all the people that leave the Westward Ho can just stay right here, and they will be greeted by all the people that have lived here for in the 100 years since it was built. They will be able to mix and mingle with them. And they will have our own heaven will be more or less like this old hotel. But still.
Now that's depressing. And you wonder why I drink. I think you ought to start either smoking a joint once in a while or lightening up. You know, holy crap.
No, because
Come
this
up
is
with
what
this
I
stuff.
believe. I believe that we create our own heaven out of our imaginations.
Of course you do.
And we have and the imagination is so strong that a lot of people agree on the same kind of heaven. They agree that that's the kind of heaven they want. And so I think that the imagination of man is so powerful that for centuries they've been imagining heaven, and that's what's going to turn up when we get there. So you see, I since I'm going there, well,
How do you
sooner
know
than
you're going
probably.
there?
Well, I mean, I'm going.
where?
I'm going to go somewhere. I don't know. I'm not going to the same place you are, but I'm going. And
Well,
So I
we
think
both
a lot
had
about,
this.
so I
They're
am,
going to take our bodily organs and then grind them up, and then they're going to burn what's left over.
that's the finite world.
That's
I'm
pretty
talking
finite
about
for
the world of
me.
the imagination. And I am busy creating heaven for you. That's my job nowadays. I think of it as my job to create heaven. And you'll be invited probably to go there. You probably won't feel comfortable. You won't be able to stay long. But I'll certainly be, we'll be separated then by the goodness of our natures. I mean, he's obviously not good enough to go where I'm going. But
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. And Abdullah and
you know how
and the
it
rest of
is.
these
You know how it
people.
is. You get,
Oh, Jehovah, don't
that's
get
another
me
thing, I
involved
mean-
with this here.
you somehow or another end up with somebody that you know you don't deserve. And so when I get there, I'm surely going to
that's
find
the
the
way
people
I
that
look
I
at it.
deserve better than I
No,
did.
that's not the way I looked at it. I looked at it, I deserve better, but now I'm going to end up with you. Oh,
Well,
God.
I deserve better, and I hope I end up with better than him.
I hope you do too. I really do.
I really do.
Your problem is your,
So I'm gonna have
your
to
boyfriends keep dropping
Imagine
dead.
this. I'm going to have to imagine where I want to
They,
go.
your
what I
boyfriends
want
keep
to
dropping
do,
dead, you know.
how I'm going to transform when I get out of this place. So keep tuned. Keep tuned. And
No,
we'll find
this-
out
This is going
about
to
the
be
next stage.
No, this
The
is the
stage.
next
This is messy. I mean, we're in the last messy stages of
my apartment
life.
is not that messy. It really isn't.
Messy apartment, messy garbage room, old hotel, and a woman who certainly doesn't look 80.
No, you don't look a day over
tragically,
75.
tragically
Seriously?
trapped
Don't look.
in this, what is it? What kind of life is this?
I don't know. I told you I'd give you money to go away for a while. Go back up to Utah.
Go back up to my
Listen, I give money. No, I
the
say go
ninth
back.
floor. The
Go
ninth
up to
floor
Utah.
is a nightmare. There's where I live, but down here he's so. Anyway, there's things to be learned from people who are nearly 80. They've got all kinds of thoughts that you may not have heard.
Okay, well, name 3.
That's what I just been telling.
All right, name 23.
Yeah. He
See?
didn't understand a word I said.
The heck
He
I
didn't
didn't.
comprehend anything I said. He,
Well, that's true because I have a degree and I'm intellectually capacitated. Now, you don't have a degree and you're intellectually incapacitated. So there you go. So I'm still working at, you know, I'm giving you the benefit of
okay, well, here's 2. Let's have it for 2 old stand-up sit-down comedies.